Hello, thank you for caring enough to be here. Yes, I did find my missing 3-barrel waiver. That's really nice of you to notice. And also weird because I don't think I told you guys that it was missing in the first place. So, I'm taking note of that. But I did find the missing 3-barrel waiver, the one that I have been looking for a year since I moved into this apartment, and I have accused my mother and sister of having it several times with literally zero evidence, which some people would call thorough police work. And it was in my possession the entire time. Literally questioning them. Are you sure I didn't let you borrow it? Are you sure you didn't take it? Because I remember your hair being kind of wavy. And are you sure it wasn't the 3-barrel? How many barrels did your waiver have? And I had it the whole time. Walking around saying, guess I gotta boof shit for safekeeping around here. Guess you gotta boof something if you want to hold on to it. Can't keep any hot tool to myself. They don't live with me. And I had it the entire time. So had to celebrate by waving my hair. I finally went through all the boxes of shit that I had when I moved into this apartment. Like when you're moving into a new place and you don't have places for certain things that don't really have a place yet, like excess beauty stuff, like excess like hot tools, excess makeup, excess just like bullshit, like decorations that aren't out yet and they need to go somewhere. So they go into a box and that box goes away and then you're supposed to go through it and then you don't. I finally did it this past week. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the Alani Nu. I don't know if it was the sun coming through the windows, but something inspired me to actually finally start getting my shit together. And spring coming, despite the fact that it's 30 fucking degrees, does make me want to do a little bit of cleaning. Spring cleaning. Write that down. My left arm currently looks like gyro meat. You know the meat that they carve that's spinning? I got fucked up by my evil neighbor's cat who feels similarly to me. She does not want to be there. First time she ran into my apartment a couple of days ago, I thought that I got like a cat distribution system cat again. Because Biscotti was cat distribution system, or at least I feel like he was. He showed up on my mom's porch. He was covered in fleas. He was kind of on death's doorstep. And then my mom called me and she was like, come get this cat. Rushed down the block, got Biscotti. And he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I thought I was getting that again. And then also this cute little cat looked just like Biscotti, but a girl. She looked like a blonde Biscotti. So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is perfect. She's younger than him, but also seemed like she was in heat. So she seemed really uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, I have to make sure this isn't the upstairs neighbor's cat because it's very likely I hear a cat crying up there all the time, screaming. Everybody screams. The cat, the dog, the people, everyone's screaming all the time. But I think the cat is screaming to get out. It ended up being their cat. Then twice more. Then a few days later, there's like scratching at the door. Opened it, cat ran in again. So that happened twice that day. And both times I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? One time she was outside and then another time she was locked in the hallway. And just the cutest thing and clearly like uncomfortable. I don't know why they haven't gotten her fixed. I don't know what's going on, but they just suck. They suck so bad. I really do want to get a friend for Biscotti, but I'm like also in that place where I'm scared of anything making him uncomfortable because he was living such a shitty life, because he was this skinny little thing. I mean, he has like 3 times the amount of fur now. He's healthy. And it's been since October. He's like adjusted fully. Like this is his domain. This is his realm. And he's so comfortable here. But I'm like, the thought of anything making him uncomfortable makes me sob. And then I saw a TikTok the other day of somebody saying that they got another cat to have a friend for their first cat. I don't know if they just didn't introduce them correctly or if it just ended up being this way regardless. But they were saying like their first cat got really depressed and they were like, I don't know what to do, and like asking for advice. And I cannot handle that. I know that there's like, what is his name? Jackson Galaxy, the cat guy, the cat whisperer with the crazy facial hair. He's got a whole method on keeping them separated and how to introduce them. And he says that it's pretty much foolproof. Like, it will work if you do it properly and you actually follow the steps and give them as much time as they need. But I'm still so nervous. And there's like a whole thing I have to overcome with myself to let that happen. I love cats so much. Grew up having 6 of them. I would like to have more, but I'm like, Biscotti's got to have an easy life. No matter what happens, I need him to have an easy life. He was so uncomfortable being outside. The way he showed up on my mom's porch was like, he wanted to be inside. You open up the door, he doesn't even glance in that direction. He wanted to be inside a house and he wanted to be safe and comfy. And now that he has that, I can't risk anything making him uncomfortable, or I will not be okay. I'm not even okay thinking about it. I want more cats. I want him to have a friend. I'm also scared. So I don't know if anyone else has ever had to overcome that, but, and it's fine because I have a very normal and healthy relationship with my cat. And I think about him just about as much as everyone else that has a cat does. Definitely not more or, too much. What some might say is too much, and talk to him and about him too much. I think it's pretty normal. Everything I do is normal. Those are my affirmations. Everything I do is normal. Everybody thinks I'm normal. Everything happening is normal. This is all how it's supposed to be. They need to start treating their cat right before I go on a fucking rescue mission. That's 3 strikes, you're out. They're lucky I forgot that rule. And then I gave them a 4th strike. But come on now. What the fuck are you doing? They're like leaving the cat in the hallway. I'm texting them a bunch of times. Come get the cat. Like, your cat is in the hallway crying. I don't want to bring her in here because of Biscotti. And when she was in here, she was going nuts on his stuff. Like, he has a little like scratching post rocking thing. It's his throne. And he sits on it all the time. So it smells like him. She ran over to it. She's rubbing all over it. And it looked like she was going to pee on it. So I went to pick her up. I don't know why I felt so bold. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. She's very sweet. I've picked her up before to like, be like, what is this cat? She was coming over and like wanted to be pet and then handing her over to the neighbors. But this time she probably was going to pee on it because she freaked the fuck out and she did a number on my arm real bad. But she's the cutest thing. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to throw the cat. So I held her while she bit me in like 5 different places. I'm monitoring it, cleaned it, but still, now my arm is sore. Whatever. I've been scratched by cats so much. It's whatever. It's like when you're a server and you're dealing with hot plates all the time. So you're just picking shit up without a mitt. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Fucking shaved my shit up. Okay, now what's happening this week? What's going on? Here's what I'm thinking about. How annoying are the features on the social media apps that we are currently using going to have to get before we actually will migrate over to a new social media platform? How bad and like convoluted is it going to have to get? Because even that jump from MySpace to Facebook, it happened so quickly. It kind of makes sense because MySpace was fun, but it wasn't exactly user friendly, at least to me. I loved HTML. I loved changing the background. I love a little GIF. Same thing on Neopets. I was on Neopets, changing things around, copy pasting. Tumblr to me kind of died off when they stopped letting you show like not safe for work images. I think everybody collectively was like, okay then, what the fuck ever, and then stop logging in as much. I don't know if that's what did it, but it happened around that time when they started blurring shit and taking shit down, that people were like, if I can't watch porn on here, actually genuinely, what is the point? And when my friends stopped going on as much, that's when I stopped posting on it as much. I don't think Instagram's gotten that bad yet. I don't feel like that app is as fun as it used to be. I don't know if it ever will be again, but they keep trying to get the spark back by like adding new features. What feels like constantly. It feels like every time I open that app, and admittedly it's not that often, there's like some kind of new feature. It's like a new way to comment on something, or a new way to share a reel, or whatever the fuck. But it's not at the point where I'm finding it annoying. It's just, calm down. Let's try to go back to what the app was about a little bit. Not fully, because it has evolved into something else. And I don't think anybody minds that. But we used to post photos on there. We were a society. We were a society. And we were posting photos on Instagram. And now we all want that nostalgia back. That's why that whole conversation about 2016 has been happening this year. We want filters, and we want fun, and we want color, and we want actual pictures of people on our feed and not just ads. Mine is mostly ads. It's gotten so bad. The notes feature on Instagram stresses me out because when somebody posts something vague or kind of passive aggressive, usually it's directed at one person in particular. And I know somehow, in some way, that person is me. I don't even know what I did half the time, but I know they're talking to me. And I can't help everybody. I just can't. I wish I could, but you're not really giving me much to work with. I wish I could save everybody. I really do. Earlier today, somebody posted, "So close to deleting this shit." And I fell to my fucking knees. Just thankful there wasn't any drywall around. That's all I'll say. What do you mean you're so close to deleting this? And why do you need me to know that? Because you want me to do something about it. You want me to help. And I don't know what to do. I just don't have enough information. You got to add a little bit more. Maybe post a follow-up note so that I can know what's going on. The other day, somebody posted, "I lost my best eater." I have a 20-minute window after 5. That's literally all I can do. That's all I have to offer. And if that doesn't work, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to help. I feel like Edward Cullen in that scene when he was like, money, sex, cat. And that's me. I'm the cat. I hear it. I know what you guys are thinking, and I know that you're having problems, and I know you're having a day. And I'm not really sure what to do with that information, except let it keep me up at night. And then a couple of weeks ago, a girl that I met in a bar bathroom 8 years ago, and we never unfollowed each other on Instagram, posted a note that said, "Oh, okay, just wait till I see you then." And now I'm scared to leave the house. Imagine, and I'm a lover, not a fighter. And that's the worst part. So imagine you come up to me and you're looking for a fight and you pummel me. You absolutely destroy me because I won't fight back. I just let you go at me. Yeah, now who's the fool? That's my crumpled, ruined form you're looking at on the ground. Yeah, I'm going to let you get every single hit. Every single one is going to land just where you wanted it to. Okay? I absorb it. I'm taking it. I'm crying. I'm crying with each hit. I'm crying harder. I'm openly sobbing. You even pluck my eyelashes off. Blink, blink. Take my extensions out. Leave me on the floor. Pink and sobbing. And then, as you're walking away from me, I pick my head up with the last little bit of strength that I have, and I say, "I love you." Yeah. Who's the fucking fool? Right. It's you. That's what being a lover is. You come back over to me, you give me another kick. I cry harder. You spit on me, I catch it in my mouth. And I still love you. And at the end of it, I love you. So, sure, it's on site, I guess. If that's really what you want. If that's really what you want out of this, go ahead. There's a guy I follow on Instagram. I've known him for a long time. In person, the sweetest, most soft-spoken, gentle guy. Just nobody has a bad word to say about him. So I cannot imagine who he's even beefing with on a regular basis. When I tell you every single day he posts something shady on his notes. What are you going through? What do you want me to do? What can I do? And honestly, for him, I'll ride for you. He's got to let me know what's up. Post an address. If you're going to post something like, fuck you, your family, and your dog, you got to follow it up with an address. You only get so many characters. So leave it up there. Wait until enough people like it, and then post an address or a time, something that I can work with. But like, what are we doing here? Smoke signals? I need a little bit more than that. I'm going to need to know what I'm up against. Because again, I'm gonna let them beat the shit. If it's a fight, I'm going to let them beat the shit out of me. That's just what I have to do. I'm a pacifist. Me, if I was ever in a fight. I'm a pacifist. So I hope you feel really good about what you're about to do. I hope this feels good for you. I hope you enjoy. And I have some Aquaphor in my bag in case you bruise your knuckles. Dry them out. Hitting my face. Wouldn't want you to get calluses. Just the kind of person I am. And I know there was a time when people were kind of like, nobody cares about the music that you're posting on your story, or they don't like when they're posting a picture with a song to it. I do. I am genuinely interested in what you're listening to, and I will look up most of the songs that people post in their stories. In fact, I prefer if you're going to post a song that you also post like a snippet, like play a little bit of the song. I do it for people, for whoever cares. I do that thinking like nobody gives a shit, but at least I can look back on this in my archive and like see what I was listening to, as if I couldn't do that with a playlist, but whatever. And then one time I was at a friend's party and he was playing a song that I posted on my story a few days earlier. And I was like, oh shit, you know this song? He got it from my story. So there's people out there listening. I'm one of them. I want to know. I am genuinely curious about what everybody is listening to, where everybody is, where are you right now? What are you doing at this moment? Who are you with? What home are you staying in? What's the address? What time do you leave? What time do you come home? What time are you at work? What time do you go on break? These are things that are very interesting to me and I always want to know them. So there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there that gets it. Okay? Especially when it comes to posting a photo. I want to know, in your mind, what does this go to? Like, what's the soundtrack for this photo dump or like the specific photos that you're posting? Like, what does it make you think of? That makes it more interesting to me. And also, what the feature was designed for. So I guess I'm the target audience for that. But I don't know why anybody wouldn't like that. Just turn your volume down before you open the app. I don't know. There's music everywhere. Why does it bother you if it's on this photo? What's the fucking difference? Why does it matter? It's also like, maybe this is a stretch, but to me, it feels like the closest you can get to letting somebody in on a maladaptive daydream. Like, did anybody, when you were a kid and you'd be like looking out the window when you were in the car, I think most people did this. You either pictured like something running alongside the car, which I did. There's always a cartoon character or some shit running alongside the car as we were driving. And I would also be like just daydreaming as the music's playing, like something happening in whatever scenery is out the window. I feel like playing a song to go along with your photos is the closest you can get to letting somebody in on like a little maladaptive daydream, a little like, this is the song that would be playing if I was in a movie type of thing. You know, And I like that. I like that. I wish that it was appropriate to ask people what they daydream about. But if somebody asked me, I wouldn't tell them. Okay. I would tell them this one. I would tell them this one thing that I used to daydream about all the time, which was that, like, I can't sing and I can't dance outside of a little something when I'm like out in a club. That's the best I can do. But I can't like dance. I couldn't get a routine down with a gun to my head. But when I was like middle school age, my go-to daydream was that everyone I've ever known, those who doubted me, those who love me, those who just go to my school and I just want them to think that I'm cool. And of course, every boy I've ever had a crush on, everyone I've ever liked, they're all in this room. And I guess it's like a party setting. But I walk into the room and everything stops and everyone looks over at me. And then I just start dancing. I start breaking out in dance. There's music playing, of course. Normally, whatever song I'm listening to at the moment is the song that is playing in the background as this is happening. I'm either dancing or I start singing. And I have the voice of an angel. Or I can match exactly the same voice as the person whose song I'm singing. So, 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. I'm walking into a room and people are singing and they're dancing and whatever. But then I walk into the room and all my many crushes, real and cartoon and, whatever TV show crushes, just everybody I've ever thought of, ever had a thought about, ever seen in my life is in this room. And they turn around and watch me belt 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. And it makes them all think to themselves, I lost out on a good one. Or if they were ever mean to me, they have this moment where they go, I can't believe I was ever mean to a girl who could do that, who had moves like that, or who could sing like that. Either way, whatever talent I was displaying would change them. It would change their perception of me, and it would also change how they thought about themselves. And whenever I needed a little bit of a pick-me-up, that was going to be the go-to. The song would change, but there were a couple of years where I was just like, what if everyone witnessed me? What if everybody in the same moment, everyone I've ever known, witnessed me and was impressed by me? With talents that I haven't even really tried to have. I've never even attempted to be good at singing. I've never attempted to be good at dancing. I've never really shown an interest in either of those things to this day. But what if? And then I'd get really wrapped up in it. But it would give me that little hit of dopamine. That was pretty vulnerable. So go ahead and share your most inner thoughts, your deepest, most inner thoughts that you've never shared with anybody else before in the comments down below. And you're going to want to hit the bell. You're going to want to hit the bell for whatever the bell does for us. We have to appease the bell on YouTube. Also, I went to go see the drama yesterday with my sister. It was so good. If you're thinking about going to see it, you really should. I'm not going to give you a single spoiler. There's a very specific one that you could be given that would kind of change how you watch the movie. And I already knew what the movie was about going into it, but that was by my own free will. Like, there was a tweet that like I could have scrolled past, but then I read the thread because I was curious about it, and that was a while ago. So I went into it knowing what I was going to be seeing, and that was what got me excited for it. I think I would have seen it eventually just because Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, but I went to see it immediately because of what it was about. I honestly think if you are able to go into it blind, that you should. I think it makes it even more interesting. This was one of those movies that kind of makes you anxious from start to finish, but I really enjoy that. I enjoy any movie that makes me kind of uncomfortable. Like Good Time is a Robert Pattinson movie that also has that same feeling of like, I don't really know what's about to happen next, but the whole time I'm a little uneasy I love that feeling. So definitely if you could go into it without knowing what it's about, I would. I have to say, I feel like movie trailers are getting a little bit better recently. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but there was a time when I felt like every trailer that I was watching was giving away the entire fucking movie. And then I'm like, no, there's no way. There has to be more to it. Because why would they leave in such big events that should be like a surprise or that we should be building up to in the movie in the trailer? And then I would go see the movie, and yes, they literally did that. Yes, they did. They gave away some of the biggest parts in the fucking trailer. And during the drama, I was watching and I'm like, okay, I'm 15 minutes in and most of what I saw in the trailer has already happened. So I had no idea what to expect for the rest of the movie. I loved that. I'm noticing that a lot more with TV shows too, but especially with movies. I'm like, okay, yeah, if it's a little mysterious and if I'm not quite sure what it's about, makes me want to see it more. Makes me want to see it more than when they give you everything, but they only flash it for like a second. I hate that because then the whole time I'm just anticipating, okay, when does this part in the trailer happen? And I don't want to think about that. I want to just get lost in the movie. I don't want to think about what I've already seen of it. And did my sister and I sneak burgers into the theater? Yes, we did. Burger and fry. And did the guys next to us appreciate that? I don't think so. Because it did kind of seem like they were whispering about it a little bit. Here's my defense, okay? Because you sneak food into the theater, you sneak at something that has a smell to it, like a burger. You gotta kind of play in your head, okay, what happens if somebody says something about burger? So the two guys next to my sister, I'm like, are they gonna comment on burger? And if so, what do I do? And they sell burgers at the movie theater. You can buy a burger. Nobody really does. But they have burgers, chicken sandwiches, chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, personal pizzas. I'm like, what the fuck is the difference? It's just outside burger. But I had a little bit of anxiety. One, because I'm in a movie theater in the United States of America, and I've never not been anxious about that. And then two, illegal burgers. So I'm just kind of on edge until maybe like 20 minutes into the movie, I can finally like breathe. But I was so paranoid. And then there was a moment when somebody was walking around with what I thought was a flashlight. So we were in that last set of rows before there's like a gap. And then there's the seats that are higher up. And somebody was walking around. And I was like, am I in a packed theater about to get thrown out for illegal burger? Is that really about to happen to me? I was so anxious. I just kind of froze. It felt like in a video game when like there's a character who you kind of have to just stay out of the radius of like their sight and then you'll be fine. And if you are in that radius, they chase after you. I was like, okay, as long as they don't move a little bit closer this way, I'll be okay. But I felt like if the light even slightly reached us, we were going to get chased, I guess. I don't know, with burger in hand. But burgers have a smell, man. I don't know what to tell you. Movie theater food is expensive. I'm going to bring in a home meal. I don't care. Are there people out there who feel some type of way about that? Who are like too embarrassed to bring food in? Because I feel very bad for them. I buy movie theater stuff once in a while, but like, girl, that's $60 for just the food alone. That's so stupid. To buy like a box of mozzarella sticks and 2 things of candy for what? Why would I not go to Dollar Tree or, I don't care, Subway? Doesn't matter to me. Wendy's, little Wendy's in the theater, because you literally sell burgers. It's just movie theater burgers don't smell like anything because they're not real. They're 3D printed. They're the thought of a burger. That SpongeBob episode when like they make the patties with like the gray matter. That's what those are. I'm not eating your movie theater burger. No, thank you. I'm going to bring in my own shit and I'm going to set up a picnic. And if the person next to me wanted a bite, I would give them a nugget. I would give them a fry. As long as you don't snitch, I don't care. I don't care if other people sneak food in either. Just don't eat fish. That's where we got to draw the line. You bring food from home, that's perfectly fine. But there's like, I know I'm eating burger, but you can't bring like a tuna fish sandwich into the movie theater. There's nothing else that could bother me, I don't think, besides that. Or a boiled egg. If you're on keto, you can't eat in the theater. And also, if this ever reaches the ears of a movie theater employee, unless you absolutely have to, like for job security, please don't search bags. Come on now. Whose side are you on? If you're an employee at a movie theater and you don't have to look into bags, because I know at my AMC, they don't do that. What are you doing? Actually, whose side are you on? The people or big movie? You're on big popcorn side. You're on the wrong side of history. Okay? That's crazy. It's actually only happened to me maybe twice ever. Somebody checking my bag. Because you're not checking for weapons. You're not checking for anything like that. You are checking for Dollar Tree candy. You fucking dick. I get it if you need to do it to keep your job. But otherwise, you chose wrong. Okay, I'm out of here until next week. And then we will talk again. And then there's going to be another episode of the podcast. And that's going to be another time when I'm speaking to you and you might be listening. So I'll see you at that time. Bye.